skin. When I see the water, you know I'm jumping in. This is the lifestyle that I'm living. All the blessings that I've been given. I'm hanging on to my dreams, moving forward full steam, experiencing everything. And when I'm aligned, I'm feeling fine. It's a state of mind, it's hard to find, but I try to maintain it all of the time. Times fly by.
That I grew up listening to. It's quite a remarkable place to grow up around the Bay Area, and I am heading north from there, about to meet up with, once again, my friends Chris Jantzen, who is originally from San Jose. That's all I gotta say. That's the 808s. There's the 408. Oh shit. So do you understand a little bit more of the plan, man? I'm gonna kick it with Chris Jantzen, and he puts the Zen in the Jants. Not necessarily in a b-boy stance, but you should really catch him at work in those carpenter pants. And maybe I'll sneak in some footage. We'll see. I should have got more of Brandon Spencer last time, but you know, I don't want to be intrusive, and you know, I should be asking permission on certain things, but hey, it's all love and respect in the end, you know. Hey, what's up, homie?
Yo.
Hey, I'm not from around here, but I heard you got that natural law. You're trying to end evil and shit, dude. What's up with that, dude?
Takes a lot of work, let me tell you.
And we are going to spend some quality time, maybe a little wake at the lake with Leslie Powers. And yes, they're quite the lovely couple, and you know, part of that new heart-based humanity that Mario West is talking about. And I see them as a great example of a couple trying to go through so much rigmarole of, you know, all the matrix entanglements, and trying to carefully, you know, get the strings untied so we can like breathe a little bit more sovereignty into our lives, and ripple that out, help others to, you know, just by leading by example. You know, it's like we don't have to be shouting from the rooftops. This is something that I had a really great conversation with Chris. It wasn't caught on video, but just, you know, talking in the car, just like this, and you know, talking about some of the trials and tribulations of, you know, just not feeling heard, and noticing that real life interactions can go a long ways, just like those daily seaplane. Oh my god! Whoa! I hope you caught that in the back. There's a heron, that type of like long-legged white bird. But yeah, I thought it was gonna fly right into me, but it was flying so gracefully into the car windshield, it would have been tragic. But so coming full circle, last year, this was like October, dropping up here, was able to catch Leslie and Chris, and it was just right after her birthday, actually. That was the live stream.
Did you guys ever look and see if it even went on the one great working hour?
I didn't check, yeah. But Will did say it was up. He
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good. Nice job.
Yeah, hey,
Thanks
likewise.
for looking that up, man.
Fuck yeah. Hey, it's a great teamwork and stuff, and like
Yeah,
chilling
I
with
was
Dave
driving-
Rodriguez.
I was driving
Dude.
with David. I'm like, yeah, that's some teamwork. We just got the friggin' podcast going. I'm not even there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, yo.
Sweetie.
Yeah,
That's what's up. Much love
for truth and good friendship and partnership and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
lots of
So
fun.
yeah.
Crashed at on the couch and it was cool. And then the next day, Chris had to be about his business, family stuff. And so Leslie showed me around Reading a little bit. We had a really great walk around one of those parks. What is it? Something 20 Candles? I forget. But that's where we have the picture in our, first video of us in front of that white bridge. And it was so fitting and symbolic that, we're doing this, dissolving the divide with the really, foundational intentions of bridging a lot of gaps that we see in society and community and just on the interpersonal friendship, relationship, love relationship, whatever, partnership, business, all that stuff. There's so many things that, get between us, and in the end it just seems like we really want all kind of like the same things. We don't want to be bothered. We want to see, inspirational, artistic things, out there in life, and even broadcasted on the screens, even on, there's, as much as I don't care for TV, there's still like, people got talent, no matter, what it is. So, it's all about just seeing the God goddess within them, but understanding at the same time, like there's a lot of entrapment and entanglement, like I said, and just not to delve into that, but yeah, so how can we be more better examples in actually getting attention? Because, hey, we ain't getting no million view counts, or, no one in network really is. And yeah, network, like the One Great Work Network. And yeah, there's a lot of conscious creators in there. And I represent that, on behalf of Leslie. And I'm not fronting like I'm, some kind of fanboy, or like can't wait to be in the club, guys, this and that. I can take it or leave it. It'd be a real great honor, and that's something that I would, hold sacred, and, raise the standards of myself, and, bring that to the table. And that goes for my outlook in any group dynamic, in a sense. Like, it's an honor to work with Chris. We're going to do some painting jobs this week, and I'm no professional, but I've got experience, and it's all about just, being, crafty with the craftsmanship. Just being in the moment, like you're learning stuff like on the job, like, and I can be like this too, a victim of my own self-sabotaging of, what is it? It's like not always holding yourself large and being in the moment to where you have not such a steep learning curve, Have you ever, caught yourself saying that? It's like, oh, like I've learned steep learning curve on certain things. Hey, what happened to my cruise control, man? Shit. I had to pass in the car. But yeah, fair weather, feeling quite heavenly on 505, hit on about 70, and consciousness and Hermetic Principles are always in the recipe. So we're gonna see where this video goes. I'm not gonna go on this whole smorgasbord and all my little antics like I did with Brandon Spencer a little bit, but these things are fun, and I love meeting folks in real life. It's just like really cool, and like collaborating on some stuff, and like whether we film conversations or not, it's just like it's good, it's healthy, it's therapeutic, it builds things, and connections and energy, so yeah. I'll catch you later. Wish me a bon voyage, huh? We still got like 2 hours or something. Alright. The Raven has landed. Oh my god, look at him. He's coming. Can you see that? Fuck!
3 out of 4 times, my camera bust. Look who it is. Yo, how's it going, brother? Yeah.
Made it.
Oh, yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, we don't have to document this, but how you doing?
Now you got the intro.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pasting little things here and there. I said a little word in the car, and yeah, flew in like a bird, and here we are. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yo, what's up, homie? I heard you got a big old fat stash of natural law up in there. What's good with it? Oh, shit.
Loads in the commode.
Are you schooling for a retooling? I don't want to be fooling, but man, any kind of handyman would be drooling over what you got going on over.
Tools. A lot of tools. Blowing away some fools.
Yeah. So how do you find like the principle of rhythm in like your daily life sometimes, and trying to get into the groove? And like we're kind of the same, we're talking about it, and like, and sometimes with your martial arts stuff, and just like the way we walk and like that rhythm, and like super observation and improvisation of just like immediate surroundings, and like having spatial intelligence to just like do little 360 spins, in and out the doorway type of shit. And it just like helps your advantage because that you understand the momentum of your body and the shift in weight and the angle you're going at, the trajectory. You know what I mean?
That was my whole thing with mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
Like, try to start thinking about the mind, body connection.
You all got to peep that. It's
the way you move and the way you think.
Yeah.
Connected.
You got to mention when folks can tune into that. Friday morning, 8 o'clock.
Well,
Pacific Standard Time?
right now on that.
Oh,
I won't start it up again, but
okay.
I was feeling like I needed to retool. Talk about tool.
Right? Yeah.
Retool, and that happens to me several times during content creation. I get started on a project, and then I realize, I want to start this whole thing different. I need to start it over again. And that's the freedom we have creating, is you don't have to get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Try something out, and then you realize, it'd be better if I did it like this.
But you found the freedom within yourself to allow that to happen as well, which a lot of people don't always permit, or it's so.
Or feeling like you made a mistake, or you did something wrong.
And
instead, you want to look at it like,
hey,
you
Lacey.
just learned something.
Hey.
You just had an opportunity to learn to do it a better way. It's going to work better.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Retooling the mental tool shed or whatever.
I like that last session we had though with
With Leslie or?
No.
Oh, Steve.
Me, you, and Jonathan. Right?
Jonathan, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool session.
Yeah.
Go with that. I want to record the Zoom meetings in the future.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, just like getting out and stretching the muscles a little bit, extending that circulation of blood flow. Come on, doggy. I'm more of a cat person.
It ain't getting us anywhere until we get that stuff figured out,
Yeah, man.
Don't get me wrong, you need the principles first, but you can't get people to work together. You can't do anything.
And you can't even have people take responsibility for little things. Like, I'm sure you saw those memes, like, people want to talk about an anarchist society, but they can't even return a shopping cart. They can't even recycle or whatever the fuck, or clean up their garbage after them.
Or like can't even talk to their neighbor about a little problem they're having, about the fence line or whatever,
Yeah, man. Fuck.
You gotta be able to work out those little details first.
Yeah, what the hell, man. Alright. So what do we got going on today?
We're gonna do some paint prep.
Hell yeah. Get a little texture.
Yep. And we're gonna eat some strawberries.
Yeah, buddy. Bon appetit.
Yeah, it's gonna be up a D.
Alright, we got the Master Builder formulating.
Sketching plans.
Yeah. What do you find to be difficult in this, you know, what you're doing? You're designing a deck, following a design, and hope it works out fine.
Yeah, just finding a way to draw it, conceptualize it.
Mm.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Proportionally, somewhat.
Yeah.
First time you draw something, it's always all whack. Once it's too big, everything's too small, you know.
Right, yeah.
To kind of make it look realistic to some extent.
How rough is that first draft?
2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
Let's work.
He's trying to call my name. Yeah, I totally wasn't paying attention.
Oh, shit. Mission accomplished, though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, cool.
Return. Got free water out of it.
What? Damn, nice.
What can you ask for?
I don't know, man. How's the job today?
Well, we made a couple bucks. We're working for people in the public. You know, to get some work done.
Yeah, totally.
Trading some time and energy for some money. Trying to keep the government out of that scenario.
Hell yeah.
Me
Oh,
and you and
hell yeah.
a little project done.
Yeah, it's been fun. Painting, doing a little texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna talk to the crew tonight. Well, you are.
Oh yeah, another meeting. We've got meetings every week and trying to keep the one great work alive.
Yeah, the balance of life, you know.
The teams going and
Yeah.
take one step forward every day, every week.
Oh yeah.
Little things.
And then the Warriors meeting on Wednesday night.
Wednesday we got the One Great Work Warriors. Yeah, tonight's our
stuff.
mastermind. So
Always on the grind. That's great. Yeah.
just working.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why they call it net work, because there actually is some work involved, right? There's, you know, time you have to give.
Especially if you're a
and-
fisherman, because then you got a real net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to be a spiritual fisherman. you know,
Fisherman of ideas. and
yeah,
words.
exactly. Casting lines that are divine, and you know.
This is the cast.
There you go. Boom. We're outcasting right now, but yeah, we're gonna go take care of some more work.
Net.
Yeah.
Move on to the next project.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
How could it, I mean, that was so shocking when I came to that realization that all these people don't want to know what the truth is behind things.
What about in front?
It was right in front of you. And it's funny because if you were to say to anyone, you like the truth, you like to know the truth, people would say yes.
But not that truth, no.
like that guy we were talking to today, Kevin. He's like, this guy's brilliant.
Yeah.
If I had any mechanical question, I could ask that guy. He would give a long, detailed explanation of exactly how you do it, how it should be done, the tools that need to be. But I talked to him about like weather engineering, geoengineering, and he was like completely arguing that there's no such thing as chemtrails, right? And he went into this long explanation with ice crystals and all this stuff. And I was giving him some pretty simple, basic reasons why, you know, things I've seen, pictures I've taken that prove the opposite. And it was like, there was no part of him that was considering what I was saying that could be true. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even a consideration of possibility. That
Every single point, like, kind of just refuted or ignored or brushed
he already
aside.
had an answer.
That's a cool house.
And
Reminds me of something French. Get those cobblestones on the wall. Fuck yeah.
Wobble wobble. You know, like I've had discussions with a lot of people like that, and I remember before I even came to those realizations, going to those type of people that I knew that I thought of being really smart analytics, you know, scientifics, and
In certain things, fuck yeah.
what I realize is that even though someone's really intelligent, they have a lot of knowledge in their head, if they can't book smart, and they're telling me, I can say, oh, maybe those things you're saying have weight to them. Maybe I should consider those things more.
Yeah.
But it's like such a one-way street.
Yeah, it's something we were talking about with Logan Hart, of just being able to like suspend your whatever you think you know and your beliefs, and like appeal to certain authorities that talk about certain things that are going to contradict what you're saying. For instance, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the space, like you said, it only takes a second or a few seconds to kind of be like, well, maybe that's something I've never heard of, or maybe you know something I don't know, or maybe you saw something I didn't see.
Yeah.
But so many times when I realize they don't have that space, or they're not willing to give that space, it really makes me question how real is that intelligence, that smarts that I look up to, and I've lost respect for a lot of people because of that.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. I was trying to give them props for, you know, the things they do know and the contributions that they bring to the table. Sometimes you gotta leave it at that as far as, you know.
Say, hey, man, maybe they'll stay up at night thinking about it.
You don't want to encourage the ignorance or whatever. Like, not that funny, but anyway.
Organization. Herramientas is Spanish. Tools, I think.
What is?
Las herramientas.
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 Ah, geez.
Tools.
Les outils in French, or les outils. So yeah, I'm doing a little retooling, reschooling, home improvements. Oh yeah. Bet you get a kick out of that stick.
Stick moves later. I haven't worked any on the big one yet.
Yeah.
At the end of my rope? Trying to rope you in?
Don't want to be on the short end of that.
Don't mean to string you along. It'll tie you up in knots for days. Listening to these puns.
Yeah.
Hope you're having fun.
Fuck yeah, yo.
We've just begun.
Yeah, we're just hanging around.
Having some
No
fun.
nooses.
Discussing.
So like retooling, you're talking about like digital shit. Fuck. I should move this closer because damn, yo. The audio for you might be a little
The audio.
low.
Ooh, basket.
Yeah.
2 points. Score.
Ha!
You were about to say.
Yeah, the retooling and like as far as like keeping updated with software and, you know, getting our shit more refined and yeah, it costs an arm and a leg for some of these things, but to like fit the budget but stay, you know, at par with, you know, putting out some quality stuff, you know, because we're up against, you know, people that make millions of fucking dollars to put out, you know, these little ads on TV, and that captures people's attention a lot easier than, you know, how, you know, we're going about our stuff. But, you know, it's more philosophical. It takes a lot more time to, you know, really feel into the stuff, or like, you know, get the, you know.
I always think about the ride of Paul Revere. You know, like back in the days before we had the type of media we have, there were people that were like town criers, right?
Yeah.
Town criers, or
Yeah.
like if you were gonna have a business, you needed someone that was out there on the street, like getting people's attention. I remember going to the Renaissance Fair, and they always have those criers. They're like, hey, they come out in the crowd, and they give you something, or they, you know, marketing was a thing back in those days too, and it was done locally. You know.
True. Yeah. Good
like,
call.
And so when you think about it, it's just part of doing business.
Yeah.
Whatever your business be, right? If your business be freedom of humanity, you have to find a way to cry that out, sell that. And that's what
Real
we're
talk.
struggling with, because it's one thing to get to the point where you can even create some content that makes sense and be able to use the grammar and say some things that might be understandable.
Yeah.
Find some things, but getting someone to listen to it's a whole nother battle that costs money, time, effort, learning, skills, experience, which need to be built just like a house needs to be built piece by piece, having all these tools, right? And
well, look at all these tools, man. But dude, honestly,
dude, these represent
so many
apps.
tools.
And like, we're going through right now trying to communicate with people. Oh, let me see. Are you on Telegram? Are you on Gilded? Or are you on? Did you send me an email? Is it on Messenger? Is it on Skype? Is it on,
yeah.
I mean, I have like 10 different ways people can send me.
Oh no, right?
messages.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I sent you an Instagram message. It's like,
That.
oh, I only checked 12 of my apps today, so sorry I missed your.
And I'm sure, like you do with me, like just like not getting so overloaded and overwhelmed, and you turn off some kind
Throw
of.
up your arms. That's right.
You turn off the notifications to a degree, or you don't even have these little bell sounds that go off at every little ding. You get a little message, like especially if you're in a group chat,
I
like
can't
the
live
warrior
like that.
chat or something. Like
I
yeah,
live like that with that thing like bing, bing, bing. It's like that Pavlovian response going on, and feel
yeah.
your mind like drooling every time that sound comes.
I know about them dogs and the Pavlovian monkeys, but
Don't do that.
I think it's Pavlov or something, right?
Pavlov, right?
Yeah. I like to pronounce it differently just to be
Oh,
silly,
you
but
probably know. Is that a French name?
I want to say, I
Sounds
think
like
he's Russian or something like that, possibly.
Pavlov.
Yeah. But yeah, it was all about like studying like the obediency of dogs or something like that, and how it relates to humans, like almost like shockingly so, about certain social things or behaviors, like the groupthink stuff, or I don't know if it's that. I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
It's good to actually look up this Pavlov studies, but the one that comes to mind where a bell rings and the dog gets fed a treat.
Right, yeah,
The bell rings, right? And they started noticing that actually the saliva glands of the dog start to secrete saliva as soon as the sound of the bell, whether the food was there or not, because
Yes.
stimulus response thing. And it's like, when you think about it from someone who's like trying to control other people or trying to be in charge of other people or wants that power to be able to get people to do what you want them, and you understand that control response. How can you control the response of people and ring a bell and make them drool when you want them, or make them bow down when you want them to, like the kings, right? When the kings come through, everybody was supposed to bow your head.
Jeez, yeah.
That's to show your neck. That's your submission, right?
Yeah.
We push how many times on the computer a day?
Right?
Those things are all tied together, even though they sound like different things.
That's some pretty unsalubrious salivation. Unscrupulous
It's the dry facts.
scallywags. Yeah.
So
What about boss skags?
we got into that because we were talking about notifications on your phone and all the different applications and all the technologies we're trying to keep up with, and the importance of that, of how we're going to advertise. And should we have to advertise the importance of freedom, or should that be something everybody should know about? And where do I come with the word should on that?
But everyone has their flavor or example of freedom, like the My Freedom movement or whatever. People think they're going to find freedom through whatever political party and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was thinking that maybe we should take out your End Evil banner, and we'll stand on the corner of Placer and something, and just, like honk if you're horny, honk if you want freedom.
Honk if you hate evil.
Oh, shit. But hey, you got that natural law? We're going to see Brandon Spencer tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, love that guy.
Yeah, man. Always look forward to seeing Brandon.
Mm-hmm. He'll be at the funnel conference. He'll be bringing that fire, literally. Not just because he's in Aries, but yeah, that fire sign. Anyways. Come with me. No, just kidding. You need a sneak attack. Hey, what's up, homie? Hey, I'm not from around here. But I heard you got that natural law. You're trying to end evil and shit, dude. What's up with that, dude?
Takes a lot of work. Let me tell you.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna be a slow process. We'll start now. Move like this. White boy dance.
I'll give you a hand, man. That's part of the program. Just helping one another, just in real life.
One man to another.
Yeah.
Helping a brother.
Keeping
Help a brother out.
connections. Yeah, helping out neighbors and shit like that. Like, you actually earn their trust a little bit more, like we were talking about in that podcast, right? Or, I'm sorry, we don't do podcasts. We actually do. No, just kidding. It was the Dissolving the Divide. Oh, yeah, I know the song. Speaking about money, this is what it's all about. Holy shit, dude. What is this? Oh my god.
It's the square.
Are you a Freemason? No.
It's the tool.
He's a freelancer.
Freelancer.
He's a master builder. A carpenter like Jesus was, right?
Jesus was a carpenter, is the story.
And what kind of tools did he have?
He would have a square, and he would have a compass.
Wow. And we have a few of those among us. Who would have thunk it?
He probably had a plumb bob as well, you know.
Right, yeah. Huh. Yeah.
The lock on. That was not very smooth.
Is that to measure a distance of a well,
This
something like
is
that, or?
actually a chuck line.
Huh.
The chuck line doubles as a plumb bob.
Mm.
You can get it to lock, but apparently my lock button.
So I know of another lock though. First name Jeremy or something.
Jeremy Lock. Yeah.
But what else do we got on lock? As far as like, well, yeah, like.
The tools.
Yeah, and like how Freemasonry. Oh, the Masons. It's such a triggering word or whatever, you know. But
I don't know who that was. I think that was on a podcast where they were talking about the Freemasons having the ability to move freely from one place to another because they had the sacred knowledge of geometry and building, which was so sought after and so valuable that they would have certain freedoms that other people would not have.
Fuck
Same as
yeah.
the Freemasons.
Ha!
And we were talking about the square because
Oh,
there
shit.
was right in my tools, and I was thinking, oh, that's funny that they say Jesus was a carpenter.
Is that the right angle? Are you on point with that? Like.
It would be the right tool for the right job. That
Cool.
required the right angle.
Sorry, I cut you off. You're saying Jesus.
Well, yeah, and then you got Pythagoras, right? Another
Oh,
famous
shit.
person from history, the Pythagorean theorem. That's all about squares
And triangles.
triangle.
But are they all the right
So
angles?
what is the commonality of building and learning the art of building and understanding how things work? Is you have certain knowledge that other people don't have, and that's kind of like that whole symbology of the pyramid
Yeah.
and the triangle, and the knowledge being, accumulated in one part of it rather than spread out through the whole thing.
Word. I just thought of an interesting irony, if you will, or paradox or whatever. But a free masonry isn't necessarily. Oh, I don't know if it's free to join or whatever. And then you have a secret society kind of stigma attached to it. You know,
There's a cost.
is it free like an open society, or there's a cost? Well, hey. There's always a cost to a degree, even if something's free, because spiritual currency, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, in the time and effort, focus.
Well, what I think is really
You put in?
interesting in doing a lot of years of carpentry and construction work is that type of knowledge in this time is very much undervalued.
And
And
yeah,
like, for instance, I was saying the modern the mason of those times who would have built like their castles or whatever, in modern times would be like the computer engineers and the programmers who can build code.
oh yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
That's where money's valued these days. Or people who could build fancy medical devices, or X-ray printing machines, or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the modern, thing that people are into. It's what people value. Like people don't value the skills of the square and the compass.
Ha!
Right now.
Well, they're so like
in a
archaic at this
practical
point,
sense,
almost.
because
At least that's how it's viewed almost.
It's not what people care about. They just want Cracker Jack houses, I guess.
Ugh. Like, And yeah,
Value,
that's
right? It has to do with value and how people value things.
yeah, and it seems like they value the money aspect a lot more, and they want to cut corners, cut costs. I mean, like, how much in that of that have you noticed with, you know, certain clients and stuff, and they want you to pinch every penny in a sense, and not necessarily to rip you off, but as far as like compromising that quality over, you know, saving some, you know, maybe 1,000 or a couple, whatever, 100, you know.
Yeah,
Have you noticed
the whole
that?
building industries, it's all about money.
Yeah.
All the choices are money based. That's like what we talked about, dissolving the divide.
Yeah.
But
Episode
that's the
8
truth of
is
it.
great.
Like, you know, you think of things that were built in history that we can go look at that were built, it seems like, to make them artistic and amazing and intricate as possible, alignment with the stars, built proportionally, using the most difficult materials and fitting them together in the most difficult ways possible. Not what we do now is what is the most economical in terms of money and making money and getting the best profit out of each little thing we build, and worrying the whole time about how much it's costing or how long it's taking. It's all based 100% on those, and very little, I mean not 100%, but very little, other than someone who's wealthy enough to be able to have that sort of like, oh, I just want to, you know, extra door right here or whatever, you know, I want a bay window, you know, that just comes from those who have excess. But anybody else, it's all money-based decisions. It's rarely aesthetic or make it really long-lasting or make it something that future generations can behold and witness and be amazed by. Look at the difference when you go to England or France and you look at the buildings there and the structures, and they're putting a whole other level of energy and thought into making that stuff. We are here for the most part.
A little bit, yeah. They
I don't
can
know
throw a little.
exactly why that is, but
Yeah.
it has to do with where the priorities of what we really care about are.
Yeah, and it seems things here in America, they seem like just so mass-produced, and it becomes kind of watered down or generic in a sense. But I wanted to go. You made me think of our dear friend Don, and how he's got it going on in his own house, and how he can save money by yourself by taking the matter into your own hands, literally, and actually. And here's the thing, like, you have to build upon knowledge and skill sets and all that stuff to, you know, be a master builder or a teacher or blah blah blah, right?
Well, isn't that like taking responsibility for those aspects of your life? Think about health.
Yeah.
You know, people will spend any amount of money to keep themselves alive and have insurance or you know, have a job just to have the insurance so they can go get whatever medical thing they done whenever they want. Or you can be in charge of your own and save all that money for other things, which is a lot of people live that way. They don't go to the doctor for anything.
Yeah, man.
You know, unless maybe you get hit by a car. I mean, in that case, it would be get the bones fixed and then handle the rest myself.
Yeah, it's not a laughing matter, but yeah. Hey, that song sounds familiar. Yeah, man. So, I heard you're up in that Natural Freedom League and shit, yeah? With some cool cats.
Those are some cool cats.
Yeah, and
my friends, my brothers.
they hit the streets. They brought some signs out and they're spreading that natural law.
We did some, couple things, man. I'd say they did about 10 or 12 events.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, they went to Santa Cruz, you told me, I think?
In San Francisco a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and then we did Sacramento a couple times.
Cool, yeah.
And, John did lots of them.
John Rowland?
John Rowland, yeah, he would just go out.
People
to
the
that
noose.
same spot in Alameda, out in front of that. That was pretty cool. He was doing that for weeks, and then
hitting up Gilroy.
Will Keller did quite a few little meetups where they'd go
Chill
out.
Will. I heard Will tell his truth.
Yeah.
Another good shit.
Yeah, Will did some good stuff, man. It was fun being out in public with them. We just talked to some random people. I actually made a couple connections of people that I met up with.
David Rodriguez, maybe even?
Well, not on that trip.
Oh, okay.
You know, we meet him in person.
Do they got that natural law though?
Well, everybody has it whether they like it or not.
Or do they know and like walk in that embodiment of that shit, not just speak it, or even, you know, we're talking about if they know it or not, rather.
Honestly, for a lot of people, I don't even define what you mean by that, because
True.
isn't natural law really just the reality that we live under? You know what I mean? Isn't it just what is? Isn't it just like, you know what, I've been coming up with the term recently,
Yeah.
spiritual mathematics.
Oh, cool.
You know,
I like
it's
that.
like 1 + 1 = 2. And 1 might be,
Not for everyone, apparently.
I woke up today and I cussed out my family member. And 2 might be, I tripped on my clothes I left last night on the middle of the floor because I was drunk. You know what I mean? 1 + 1 = 2. Then I had a shitty day. The shitty day was one thing I did, which wasn't good.
Ha!
You know, using my body. And the second thing I did was waking up not feeling good because I didn't drink enough water last night, or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Cause and
spiritual
effect, yo.
mathematics. It's
Yeah.
like actual things you do that lead to actual outcomes, right?
That doesn't
So-
sound so spiritual. But I'm just hear me
Well,
out
I'm
because
saying the spiritual
no, I'm just kidding.
world is there regardless of what you do with it. You know, if you choose to abuse it, it's like your body. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it ceases to exist. You get to cease to exist in it at a certain point if you're not at all in alignment.
Yeah.
The natural law results, because eventually you're going to die or get sick, or you know. But it's not something you have or don't have. It's just something you are understanding or not understanding.
Totally. And I was playing that little devil's advocate real quick, which allows, you know, further explanation and, you know, that kind of side. And you were talking about with our group, the One Great Work Warriors, about, you know, like trying to, like the art of speech and communication more a little bit, and being able to calmly and compose, like have confronting subjects be just kind of like spoken about without getting knee-jerk reactions or triggering people in a sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's what we were kind of talking about, building
Yeah,
trust.
and you were talking about like the devil's advocate a little bit, and there's a little bit of that trickster element to it, but I was taking it from like, you know, I was like obviously like criticizing you from like a standpoint of someone that thinks like, oh, the spiritual world is, you know, out there, but it's like it's everywhere, right? So like to be embodied and like understand like it's like, yeah, like we can see like the spiritual realm and the physical realm, but you know, it's all happening all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like you get a choice to have a wind or
Ha! Yeah.
not, or have the ocean.
Are you saying that man doesn't control the elements and shit? No way.
They certainly will try. They've tried to engineer everything else. Why wouldn't they try to engineer that?
You mean like the weather? Oh,
Are
what?
they doing it? Are they accomplishing that goal? Are they doing a good job of it? Probably not. But are they trying? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know? They've tried everything else.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
What surprises me is that some people don't even, just logically based on what we know of humankind.
You want to pump some weights?
Why wouldn't they try to control the weather?
Yeah, dude. You coming through, man? All right.
Compressor. Try to compress that knowledge.
Yeah, but it's just, it's funny how people, and here's the thing, even if someone knee-jerks to anything we say, like, oh, geoengineering, or just like the weather has been manipulated, you just say that statement and pause for a second, watch the reaction, whatever they say, you know, whatever, just, you know, don't take it so personal.
Yeah.
And then you be like, all right, well, didn't you know there's government documentation of just like, you know, cloud seeding, you know, to make it rain? That is manipulating the weather, whether it be good or bad. You know, it's just, it's a word, right? So what the fuck?
Whether it be
Unfortunately,
good or bad.
like we see a lot of fuckery in the weather these days and all that, but hey, they want to actually blame it on Mother Nature for the
Climate change?
Yeah.
Wait, is that what it's called now? 'Cause
Oh,
it
yeah.
used to be global warming, but then
it became a global scorning,
somehow they kind of changed the lingo we're using, right?
like they
And
always
to me,
do.
that's always a suspicious sign of, like you say, fuckery.
Yeah.
When we start out with one set of terms, which is always two words put together to create a new thought and idea that is kind of like combining symbols, you know, to
Totally.
create a sigil,
Abracadabra, mother lovers.
like your dollar bill. You know, a bunch of different symbols and things put together that represent a belief system and a concept.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And they like to get them all inverted and perverted.
that's what happened with the climate change.
Yeah, totally.
Because
yeah.
it was, greenhouse gases are going to build up
Ah!
in this bubble, and then it's going to get warm and everybody's going to get too hot and they start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had one explanation, but you don't hear that one anymore.
Totally, yeah.
I wish I could find an old school book where they were teaching us that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because the model that's being taught to my children, for instance, is a whole different model. And it's called climate change, and it's about us and the cows farting too much.
And Greta, you know,
us
the poster child of.
CFCs. Remember the CFCs?
Yeah, totally.
Couldn't use
Yeah.
the spray cans anymore.
Yeah. We all
like,
have
it's
all
our
types
fault.
of aerosol
It's
shit.
our fault that that there's a hole in the ozones, right?
Of course,
If you
yeah.
think about it, the whole global warming thing was that, it's going to be like, it's all sealed in and the heat's building up because it can't get out. Why can't it get out the hole we created in the ozone with this hairspray?
Damn, yo. You bring up a very good point that I never really thought about that. Yeah.
And then you look back
Totally,
and they were scaring people back in the 50s about everything's going to cover with ice and there's an ice age coming.
There's always something, and it's like the whole scarcity-based mind control, weather-based, the fear-based mind control, all these things, and blame it on the weather, blame it on what
Blame it on the rain
that's
that was falling. Was that Milli Vanilli?
Ooh, really? I don't know.
No, probably not. Blame it on the rain. No, that was Lionel Richie.
But I know there's the classics are still playing 24/7 on the Idiot Box, and they're all singing along to "Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, because the truth is something that they despise." Why? That's not so wise, but anyway.
Why? Do you want to believe the lies? Yes.
All right, let's put some muscle into it.
The mental and
I'm watching him do all the work. I want to work out and do this shit. He's not letting me actually, but no, it's okay. I respect folks just working to make a living, finding free time to, contribute what they can with their voice, with their creativity, whether it be art, writing, even just networking and doing stuff behind the scenes, creating websites and, having that kind of, broadband or a super mega bandwidth to hook folks up with, because I'm sure Casting Network, they're doing that and setting up their own IP whatevers. I mean, I'm so not tech smart when it comes to that, but learning processes and curves. Speaking of curves, man, when you drive around, man, have you looked around the voluptuous curves of Gaia? I mean, holy shit. And flat Earth, round Earth, I mean, look at the topography. I mean, that ain't stopping me from just loving and having a beautiful connection with the Earth. That's all that matters to me, and just having a proper connection with Source. And properly connected with those that are on the path towards freeing ourselves so we can roam freely on this planet, because I'm actually not able to freely see the woman I love in another country due to some man's law bullshit. So, it's what the fuck is it in the end? Are we looking for... And it's there's a limited amount of happiness under the duress of slavery. I totally get that and hear that. But life, is it Huey Newton who said life can sure be short and mean, but try to get some love in between? Something like that. So yeah, trying to keep that in mind when you're on the scene. And yeah, treat your loved ones like you really fucking love them. There's so many beautiful ways we can be inspired by that 4-letter word. And don't treat it like such a 4-letter word, how they changed, the awakened state to the W word. You know which one I'm talking about. It rhymes with Coke. And it seems like people are... yeah. I'm Chris and I did, you know, I realized even, you know, quite shortly after the fact, you know, there were 3 fatal errors that I made. I take the blame. I'm sorry. You know, one of them being that I did not film Chris when he jumped into the Pacific Ocean at Half Moon Bay, and it was freezing that day. And I don't know if you can really tell if the video footage caught it, but it was like super foggy, and like the fog is like ultra moist, so it's like kind of like it's a light rain almost. I was really surprised the video wasn't all that what do you call it, you know, soaked up, drizzling all over the place and shit, you know. Anyways, the other one is that I did not film I didn't bring many. I mean, I brought this little camera with me. I didn't bring any like tripod. I brought like a stick. I will not say the words i.e., you know, when you say self. But anyways, and then the third one, well, you know, it's like showing the human side of us, you know, because it's so cliche to, because we went bowling and I showed us all having a swing at things, and none of us got a strike. C'est la vie. But yeah, and yeah, it's too cliche to, you know, cherry pick the best moments of that, right? But it's more about just checking the technique and you know, it's just having fun, little fun with the boys, you know, talking about a lot of cool stuff, music. His brother Jeremiah is a really cool cat and supports a lot of great local artists that, you know, I grew up living with and love as well. So yeah, it's just like a really cool connection that day. So yeah, maybe we'll see him sometime in the future.
What?
When we change in a dirty old hat, all the people know he's worth more than that. He always comes to town, but he don't stay long. People come all around to hear his song, cause it's about the travel man. It's a travel man. Travel man, travel man, travel man. Kicking up dust on his way to town, coming up with flex still, bring him around.